Welcome to Rockin' Inc. MC. How's everybody doing out there? It's another great weekend here in New York. Weather was pretty good. The weather is getting a little cloudy now and get some rain, but that's all good. We're all back in work mode and all of that. But it was a great weekend, a lot of good things. I had a great show last week. If people missed it, go back and watch it. It was a good time, a lot of fun. But anyway, as we could see now, the World Cup is finally over. We can get out of the bars, get away from the TV. We can enjoy our summer. It's all over. Germany took it in overtime. Big surprise, right? Argentina, right? They thought they were going to win it all. But anyway, I had a great weekend. I did some exciting things last week before the weekend. I had the opportunity to meet with Karen and Regina from the Shake It Up show, which is the Madhouse show here. And these two ladies have a lot of energy and they have a lot to talk about. So if you guys can, watch their show. Well, the women, it's really a women's show. The women, if you want, watch their show, Karen and Regina, Shake It Up. It's on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock a.m. And I'm going to try to work something out that I'm going to be on their show. They're going to be on my show. But they have a lot of energy, and they talk about a lot of great things. So check them out. I got a chance to hang out and talk to them last week. Also, I went to a new restaurant lounge bar here in Port Jefferson, New York, the Arden. They had a soft opening Friday and Saturday. It's a great, beautiful place. They have live music, they have a DJ, they have great food. The atmosphere is great, so check it out. I went there Friday night. I seen, who was there Friday night? Friday night was New Life Crisis, which was Paul's band, a friend of mine. And then Saturday was Billboard, which is another great band. They do a lot of 70s type of music. But get out to the Arden. It's the ArdenPortJeff.com. Go check out the website. If you're from New York and Long Island, you want to go. It's a great upscale place. It's a lounge. It's comfortable. It's a beautiful place. But anyway, also, what else do I have going on? Let's see. I have a great guest we're going to get to in a second, but I want to show you my guitarist guest tonight is Kaz from Revel 9. Let's show him. We get off the guitar there. He's my guest tonight. And we're going to get to more of him later on. He's going to be taking us in and out of commercials tonight. But for tonight, I want to get to my special guest here, which is Magie Serpica. And Maggie's from Milk and Honey Tattoo in Staten Island. And let's get to Maggie. She's sitting right here with me. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm glad you can make it.
Thanks for having me on.
It was a long trip from Staten Island?
It wasn't too bad, actually. No, we left early enough to beat all the Long Island traffic, so it was not bad at all.
You made it here.
Yeah, we made it here.
That's great. I'm glad you made it, and we have a lot of good things to talk about here. You have a lot of things that you do, a lot of different type of stuff that you're going on with your shop, and let's talk about like when you started.
I
Like,
saw.
how long ago did you start in the business, and how long did you know before you wanted to do this?
Well, I started tattooing. I did like an apprenticeship in about 2000 into 2001. The reason I got started with tattooing is my dad is fully sleeved out from as young as I can remember, like back in the 80s by old school guys, old school Brooklyn guys, Mike Perfetto, Johnny Peters, all like legendary guys. And so I grew up around all these heavily tattooed biker dudes, and it was just normal, you know?
So as a kid, when you were going to school, was like your friends scatty you or some of the
A little
kids there
bit,
were
actually, yeah, a
nervous?
little bit.
'Cause back in the day, having a dad with tattoos was like, oh, he's got to be like,
Yeah, yeah. No,
a gang
nowadays
or
it's
something, right?
it's a dime a dozen now, but back then it was like very few people were heavily tattooed or tattooed at all.
Mhm.
And yeah, my dad's picked me up from elementary school a few times on his Harley, and it was really embarrassing. And nowadays that would be the coolest thing
Yeah.
if a dad did that, but it wasn't back then. So, you know, so it wasn't really like a foreign concept for
Mhm.
me to, you know, be around tattooing. And I was always artistic, always interested in art. And I guess it was while I was in between deciding what I'm going to do with art and college and stuff like that, my dad was the one who actually suggested that I try and get an apprenticeship, and, you know, spoke to a few people that he knew. And I did a very unofficial apprenticeship. It was very loose, and a lot of the learning that I've done has been, you know, through being afforded just good opportunities in shops and learning from the people around me that were willing to show me stuff. So
So let's take a little bit of a step back. So you went to FIT and you studied illustration.
that's right.
So
Mhm.
how did the illustration course that you took help you in your career now?
Oh, it helped me a lot. I mean, I was, you know, I just had basic skills of like drawing and colored pencils, copying stuff I saw in tattoo magazines. That was basically what I was doing up until that point when I went to school. I learned how to traditionally paint in oils and acrylic and watercolor, life drawing. So, and as well as like the illustration factor, which is like composing a picture and making it work, which really was super helpful in tattooing. You know, I attribute so much of what I know how to do in tattooing to my illustration background, and actually vice versa. At the same time, while I was learning illustration, everything that I would do with tattooing actually, the style, I guess, influenced a lot of my traditional media art. So it kind of worked, they bounce off each
How
other.
many years did you do the school thing?
I did it actually for like maybe 5 or 6 years, because in between I had my first child. So I took a little bit of time off, and then after I had her, I went back to school to finish up. And so yeah, I'd say like 5 years maybe.
Did you take the schooling to help you in the tattoo, or you thought you were going to go into a different field?
I don't know. I wasn't sure actually. You know, like I kind of took it on like just something I love, and I knew I really wanted to perfect being really good at drawing and painting. And I realized, you know, worst case scenario, it would help me with tattooing, if nothing more. But actually, as a result of that, I've done a lot of freelance illustration work. So it has actually paid for itself in learning how to do that. So, you know, if and when, God forbid, the time comes that tattooing is no longer a thing that I can make money off, which I pray to God never happens. But I'll always have, you know, something, a backup plan to do like freelance illustration. And I've actually done children's books, so I really,
That's great.
yeah, it's awesome.
Do
I really like
you
doing
still
that.
want to go in that direction?
I
Because
kinda
it's
do.
something extra to do,
Yeah,
right?
I kind of do. I really enjoyed it. Every time I've done it, it's a labor of love, because it takes like months and months and months to finish an entire book, but it's rewarding in its own way, totally separate from
I have
tattooing.
a friend of mine, and his name is Joe Costa, and he has a children's book. I was in a band with him, and he was like, I'm stopping work, I'm going to live off my wife, and I'm going to write a children's book. And I was like, wow, that's like, you're lucky you could try to do that.
That's
and
awesome.
he's got great success with it. He goes to schools, meets with the kids, he sells his book, and he's doing really good with it.
Yeah,
He's
that's
doing good.
great.
But it's definitely another route, and it's anything to do with kids is a great thing.
I actually taught kids at a private art school in Staten Island for a couple of years, so that was a totally different experience. So I kind of have a lot of like things that I've done. You know, I don't just limit myself to just tattooing or, you know, just illustrating. You know, I kind of bounce around and do lots of different things.
That's great. So what we're going to do is Maggie does, I noticed on her website, she's really good with her cover-ups and stuff like that. So I have a video that I put together, which I always do, so I could show some of the work of the artist. I have a little video snip of her tattooing, a cover-up, and some pictures of her work. So we'll get to that, and then we'll go out to Kaz doing some guitar work, and then we'll go out to a commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll get back to Maggie. So let's go to the video.
I'm Magie Serpica, and this is Milk and Honey Tattoo. Doing a successful cover-up relies heavily on placing a lot of like the shading at the right spots and using like the darkness that's already in the tattoo to actually work in favor of the new tattoo.
This is a cover-up. What was existing there basically spanned, I'd say, this whole lower bit and then following up here. So the cover-up's mostly in this area. It was like a woman, I believe that was like her head here, and there's a dog right in here. Jeff had liked the idea of Japanese work, which works really well for cover-ups.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your #1 resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the #1 supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island
Dad, where do babies come from?
Well, there's Dad's big, shiny rocket ship. That's right, it's filled with babies of all kinds. And when the shiny rocket ship penetrates, Mommy and Dad goes, and when the time is just right, there's a space launch.
All systems go.
Babies of all kinds. Released all over the place. Yeah, Africa. Mommy's Babylandia. That's right, it's filled with babies. After an amazing 9 months, babies. And that, son, is where babies come from.
But Jake said babies come from
Planet Babylandia.
You know, play with us on the bus.
Wheels on the bus
Go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
Are you playing
planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn?
Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure.
You'll be happy you did.
We're back. Thanks, Kaz. Kaz from Revel 9. We'll get to him later on. Love having guitar players in here. You know, I'm a drummer. I'm a singer now, but I was always a drummer. As a drummer, I love my guitar players. Most drummers follow their bass players. I always follow my guitarists. I don't know why. I just love guitar players. But anyway, we're back here with Maggie, and let's get back to Maggie. All right, so Maggie, let's go back to talk about your shop. So you came from Brooklyn, and you opened Milk and Honey in Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it go into a different neighborhood? How did all that come about?
Well, the whole progression, I guess, was I started tattooing in Brooklyn. I worked in like 1 or 2 shops initially, I guess I was very early on in tattooing. Not quite sure what I was actually doing at the time either. Like, didn't learn anything until at least 5 years into it. And then somebody I knew was working in Staten Island and had called me up and asked if they needed, if I was interested in working out there. They needed an extra artist. And so I made my way out to Staten Island. So I was commuting from Brooklyn to Staten Island. It wasn't too bad. And I ended up staying out there pretty much this entire time since I'd say about end of 2002 until now. Most of the time I was living in Brooklyn, and about 4 years ago I finally moved out to Staten Island. It just made sense, you know. The toll on the Verrazano Bridge is ridiculous. So
especially nowadays.
It's like $15-16, so yeah, it's insane. So yeah, and I was just working at like 1 or 2 different shops on Staten Island for a while, and you know, it's kind of tough. Like my situation personally, like I have 2 children, so I don't really have a lot of the opportunity to like commit to like full long days, 5 days a week, and you know, if I have a kid that gets sick and school function or whatever, I need to take off, and you know,
it's hard to keep a schedule.
It's really hard. It's really hard. So you know, I had worked. The last place I worked was this place on Staten Island where I met the girl that I actually opened my shop with. Her name is Liz, and she's originally from England, and she moved out here about 5-6 years ago. And when I met her, she had just had her son, so we were pretty much in the same boat, and we really kind of like connected on how, you know, stressful and tough it could be for women tattooing, just women tattooing, and never mind mothers tattooing. Yeah. So, because it's like my family and then tattooing, that's my priority list, and you know, we take it very serious. It's just that, you know, unfortunately in a lot of ways tattooing is still a man's world, so it just made sense for us to go and do our own thing. So her and I looked for a while, and we found this really great spot. And within a few months' time, we opened up Milk and Honey, and it's been about a year and a half now where we're at, and we have a great crew. We have one guy that works for us, Jeremy, who's awesome, and we have a piercer, Texas, and we have Nico, our apprentice, and it's just a really awesome, solid crew.
4 or 5 spots there, right?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Nice
it's great. We've had a guest artist pass through. We're gonna, you know, reach out and get some more. Liz is awesome. Like, owning the shop with her is great, because we really do connect on a totally different level, that, you know, and just having the freedoms and the luxuries of kind of, you know, coming in when I want, making my own schedule, not having to answer to anybody really is kind of awesome. So yeah, and then so now I could just really focus on my art when I'm there, and not all the other drama and nonsense that goes along with it when you're working for somebody else and dealing with, you know, the stuff that goes on in tattooing with, you know, any job really, with like coworkers. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could just focus on the art, and it's great, you know.
And you still have control of your family time and all
absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's good. And you get involved besides your shop in art exhibits, and also with your painting, right?
Mm-hmm. I've curated several art shows. The first I started, I guess, maybe 5 years ago on Staten Island at this one shop I was working in. I did 2 pretty big shows there. One was just like a general art show. The second was a Star Wars themed show, which was a really great turnout. We had lots of tattooers from all over the place in that one. And right after I did that show, I got asked by these 2 ladies, Emma Griffiths and Elvia Geslev, to do the Ladies Art Show, which was, at the time, it had already one installation that was held at Tattoo Culture in Brooklyn. And it was basically a show to celebrate women tattooers from all around the world at all different levels of tattooing. They had started that the year before, I think, that I joined on. So I was asked to be a co-curator the first time in, I think, 2011. And I worked with them organizing that. We had like 130 different women artists internationally. Wow. Yeah, it was great. We sold so much art, and it was a lot of promotion, a lot of hype. And then just this past year, I did 2 big art shows in the past year. The first was we did a Hurricane Sandy benefit on Staten Island, because Staten Island was hit really, really bad. And me and 2 other artist friends just decided to put together something where artists basically give what they're good at and try to make some money to help raise funds for the Hurricane Sandy victims. And we ended up doing a one-night only silent auction style show at a skate park that was really, really destroyed. And we raised like $6,000 for just in one night of selling art. Wow. Just to, and the tattoo community was great. They all pulled together and I asked them for donations. They willingly gave me lots of different art, and we got lots of artists in general just to participate, and everything was donated. It was a great turnout. That was back in December. And then this past May, we did the 3rd installation of the Ladies Art Show, and we curated that. It was just Elvie and I this time around. That was a pretty big success. I mean, it was at a different venue, so we had a little bit less artists because just from space. Mm-hmm. But this time we had so many women asking to be on board. There's already a lot of international recognition for this show, and it's a really good opportunity for unknown artists as well as like the most famous tattooers.
When's the next one going to come around?
We've been doing them every 2 years. It's just because there's so much preparation and work. I mean, we started planning this in November to launch it in May. So we had the opening in May, and the art's still hanging. They just had another closing reception this past week that I unfortunately was unable to attend. But it was great. We sold a lot of art this year too, and it's just a really good way to kind of, keep it paid forward, into the business and stuff. We make nothing. I make no money off of that. That's kind of just me donating my time to, give it back to the art community and stuff like that.
See any of that stuff off your website? Go to your website, maybe, and we can see all that stuff.
Yeah, that's that should be on my website. But we also have a Ladies Facebook page. Okay. So just a simple Google search of Ladies Art Show 2014, it would automatically come up. Mm-hmm. So and it's also been in a lot of the tattoo magazines lately. So you can pick up. I think it's Tattoo Society. I think I'm not 100% positive. I'm pretty sure it's them that just covered it. And we are submitting more articles to get some more coverage for other magazines.
Facebook's a great,
Facebook,
it's
awesome.
So if anyone wants to know about it, ladies.
And also, 8 of Swords Tattoo is where it was hosted, which is in Williamsburg in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And on their website, they do have the art available for purchase or just a gallery of it, just to check it out if you can't get down there, because it's still hanging for a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So but it's a great thing to be able to do the art shows. I actually did an art show last year at my shop, and that was a wrestling themed show, and it was kind of funny because it was a very stylized theme. So a lot of people didn't really fully get it unless you really liked wrestling. Yeah. But every show that I do on my own, whenever it's like at a tattoo shop or a smaller venue, I always do it for charity. I just feel like it's important. I give the artist their cut. Mm-hmm. We try to make the artist make some money, and then the shop cut or my cut, I give it 100% to a different charity each time,
That's
just to
great.
kind of give back to
Yeah.
everybody that's been good to us, you know.
Now, with your tattooing, you have a specialty that you do? What is, everyone comes to you for a certain type of thing, or is there?
I get asked that a lot, actually. You know, it's kind of interesting. Like, I'd like to say that I'm pretty well-rounded because like I said, come from like an illustration background where you have to be able to tailor your style or, you know, your idea to what a client wants. So I'd like to say I'm pretty good at adapting to what a client wants in every way. However, lately I've been doing a lot of portrait work. I try to make it my own personal mission to kind of get really good at that. And lately I've been getting a lot of requests and people finding me from a lot of word of mouth.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. I've sustained pretty much the last 2 years on word of mouth referrals. I haven't taken really any new clients that come in walk-ins. You know, I give that to my crew and stuff like that. So yeah, and people have been seeking me out specifically for portraits. So in a kind of a weird way, like it's been decided for me that portraits is a thing that's happening.
Thing.
Yeah, I also really like doing a lot of traditional, neo-traditional work. You know, when I started tattooing, it was kind of like not really a thing to have like a specific style because it was a lot of flash. It was just tons of flash off the wall. Yeah, back then that's all we really did. Yeah. And it was weird, you know. I remember many times like people picking something off the wall and I say, you mind if I redraw that? And no, it was like that was the be-all end-all flash.
They want to know what they got. You know, they didn't trust.
Yeah, they didn't trust it, and now it's completely different. We have no flash, you know, on our wall. We have like flash as art, as decoration. Yeah. We have a few books for people to look through, but nowadays, especially because of like the TV shows, basically, yeah, no, I haven't done a piece of flash like Cherry Creek flash, you know, like old school stuff in forever, and I kind of miss it in a weird way, you know. But
since you mentioned the TV shows, were you ever approached by one of these reality shows? Because there's many of them out there nowadays.
Yeah, there's a lot. There was a point in time that I was asked, actually on 2 different occasions, and you know, it's hard for me. I have kids, and it was hard for me to like come to terms with being away from them for a certain amount of time. You know, weighing out the pros and cons. I know a lot of people on those shows have children and do it, and it's great for them and stuff. But a lot of the questions that they had asked in like preliminary interview style was like so weird, you know, like they were really weird. I don't know if I would.
They want you to be off the wall.
They want you to be really dramatic. They want you to be crazy. Yeah. So, and you know, I know some people that were on them, and they're awesome. They're great tattooers, and they were made to look really good. But the opposite can happen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But then somebody once pointed out to me that even if you came in last place, you're still the 10th best tattooer. You know, because it's still, I don't know.
Well, look at Al Affliction. I had Al on the show, and he made it through 3 shows, right?
Yeah.
I think 3 shows, and I think Al is the most popular from that season.
I know, it's
He's
so
like,
weird, you know?
He's blowing up. He's on tour right now. He's got his tour bus, and he's down in Florida. He's touring the country tattooing, you know.
I know, good for him. I mean, and it's really what you make of it, I guess, after. But I don't really have that full luxury to kind of tour and take it to the height, you know.
But you need to want that too.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm more of like a behind the scenes type of person, you know.
Good.
I don't really want extra drama and stuff. I just want a tattoo and
That too
and focus
make you
on
money, and you got your kids
on the
still. They're
art.
still at that age where you got to enjoy
Yeah,
them too.
I think if it had been maybe like 10 years ago, my answer would have been a little different. You know, maybe I would have done it. I can't really say, but I kind of think that, you know, it's good for the people that are really into it, and if they want to take it, a lot of them get sponsorships, and a lot of them travel and get to do all these really cool things and stuff like that.
Sponsorships. Do you have anything sponsored?
I am. I'm sponsored by Mom's Tattoo Inc. and Black Pearl Inc., which is both really great. The Black Pearl and Mom's I've been using forever.
So Mom's, which you're just mentioning Mom's, is coming from Technical Tattoo.
Yeah, I get it at
one of my
Technical.
sponsors.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Which is great.
Yeah,
See that?
It's cool. Small world, right?
So they sponsor you on the ink side.
Yes, they do,
That's
actually.
great. And actually, Carlo will be on the show next week.
Oh, Carlo's awesome.
Yeah.
He's great. He's an old school guy, man. I love
That's
Carlo.
why I have him coming on, because we're going to talk about some old school stuff.
If it wasn't for Carlo, tattooing wouldn't be illegal in New York.
Yeah,
so
that's what we're talking about, because Carlo will be on next week. He helped get tattooing legalized.
He made it. He made a big part of what it is, and I kind of feel honored to be representing his stuff. They just released, I think, the Black Pearl shading ink, and I just started using it a few months ago, and I love it. So I've been using that on all my portraits, which is great. And you know, he's always asking me opinions and feedback, which is great to, you know, be able to have that conversation with a manufacturer, because then they get to hear like direct feedback from tattooers, which is what they really should hear.
That's
because
what they want. That's
exactly.
why they're supporting you and sponsoring you. So, all right, we're gonna get to we're gonna go to Kaz and get out to a commercial. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Take us out.
All right. I'm trying to get in the scene here. Oh my, get it down. All right, I'm in. Hi. Hi, I'm Karen Vito.
Hi, and I'm Regina Galley.
We're here doing a show called Shake It Up.
Right, and Shake Up stands for style,
Health,
attitude,
kindness.
entertainment.
That's right. But
That's
really,
right.
it's more about gossip.
Yes.
Because that's what we do, we gossip.
We like to gossip.
I
We
love
like to gossip, interview people. We're going to have some health tips. We're going to tell you what's in, what's not.
Yeah,
We're
there's a
gonna have
lot of things that's
fun.
not in, though. That's,
Yeah,
I
that's
really
the
want to
problem.
focus on what's not in.
People
because
don't know what's age
They make
appropriate.
mistakes. They
Yeah,
just
they
make
just-
mistakes.
They just.
So we're going to correct those mistakes.
And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m., so we want you to join us. And we're also going to have a great segment on health and what's new.
Wellness.
Yes,
Wellness.
health and wellness. What's
very
new,
important
what's
to
not.
us.
Yeah.
We work really hard with that. We coach a lot of people through that. So
Yep.
you're going to join us.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You're going to get healthy.
Yeah. And you're going to have a good time. Oh, and we're also going to have the curse jar.
Yes. I love that.
That's going to be awesome. $5, for fuck's sake.
Come see us in the morning.
Bye. Join us.
Back, Rockin' Inc. MC, and back with Maggie. Thanks, Kaz, and we'll get to Kaz after the next commercial. We'll get to talk to him a little. And I want to get to my segment, my favorite segment here, What Were They Thinking? So this is, I have to say, an NC-17 part of my show. So if there's any little kids home watching this, or you're going to have your kids around, you might want to put them to the side because we're going to get a little graphic here. I have to go over the edge a little. You know, we're going to be talking about what were they thinking, and we're going to be talking about crotch tattoos. So you can just imagine what you're going to see here. We're going to get into this. We're going to talk about it slowly, but let's get to our first picture here. I have a woman that has a little dinosaur coming out of the top of her drawers there. I'm like, what? I was trying to find a picture to see if I could see the rest of the body because I was wondering where the tail was, but that's not too bad. It's going to get worse as we go, so this one isn't really that bad. So my next one here, this girl has a little alien. I couldn't even figure out what it was. She has this little alien hanging out down there. So, you know, I tried to find some easy ones to get this started slow because there's a lot of bad ones.
Ease into it a little bit.
There's a lot of bad ones here. All right, so this is my third one here. This person has a gigantic butterfly, and I wanted it another one. I tried to find another picture to try to see the whole thing, but they do have, you know, briefs on, underwears. But that looks pretty interesting. You know, I don't know why someone would, you know, that looks a little bit on the pretty side, but I really want to see the rest of it because as a guy, I want to know if I'm going to see this person naked, I got to look at this. I want to know really what I'm looking at. You know, I don't want to be too surprised because you're going to see some big surprises coming. All right. All right. So for any women out here, this guy, I guess he had to come up with a reason to drop his drawers in front of women. He has a Pinocchio's coming out of his drawers. So that's a reason for him to get in a conversation with a girl and say, hey, oh, I got a tattoo. You want to see this thing? So guys, you know, there's better things to do with tattoos. You know, anyone that has a tattoo down there, that has to be a real strange reason because these are some strange tattoos. All right, so let's go to the next one. This guy is just on fire, man. This guy is on fire.
Well, that's fire.
I was like cracking up when I saw this guy. I was like, this guy is on fire. All right, look at this guy. He's got some flames coming out of his drawers. You know, oh man. So let's go to my next one here. All right, so if you're a guy and you picked up this girl at night, she was going to let you know she has a pair of guns. Either her dad let her get those tattoos or she just has a pair of guns. So watch where you put your head because she'll shoot it right off. You know, she has some guns down there, that woman. All right, what do we got here? This one is a little hard to see there. I'm trying to figure that one out there. The loaded guns. Oh, this is a baby, like it's a crying baby, drooling, crying baby, and it's integrated right into the crotch, and that's like torture. It's like a tattoo of a baby drooling and crying. So it's like this person probably had a really bad childhood. That's what I'm thinking, right?
No guy wants to go down there.
Ooh. All right, this next one, this is a great tattoo. It's definitely a Japanese girl here, but it's a beaver tattooed on her leg. So like. The beaver actually is part of her hair and her crotch. You know, it's really a great, interesting tattoo, but it's a little sick, you know, if you gotta, I don't even want to get into it. I got some other ones that are a little crazy, but I do like that one, but it's just off the wall, you know. I don't want to be in a room when she takes her pants off either. So, all right. What do we have here? This one is coming up. Come on, this is a classic.
Yeah, this is classic.
This is a classic. This is Bart Simpson. Now, this is a problem, all right? Because if you're a guy and you're going to be with this woman, the last thing you want to see is yourself going into Bart Simpson's mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's just like torture. So hopefully you didn't get involved with this girl one way or the other.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's just a terrible thing to do.
Very bad idea.
Terrible, 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 terrible. Bart Simpson. All right, let's go to the next one. Very, very evil. This is scary. This is evil. It's just to scare you away from her vagina, I think. It's like an evil, evil picture of her vagina. I don't know. I mean, if you were a tattoo artist, would you try to talk someone out of this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've done it before. You know, talked people out of ridiculous
Have
things
you
like
ever
that.
done a crotch tattoo on someone?
A girl once asked me to do a tattoo of a female devil that had her legs over her head, like eating herself out, right over her own vagina. And I was like, why? And she was dead serious.
Really?
Why on earth would you want that? I talked her out of it.
Wow. All right, let's go to the next one here. It's another one.
That's our pussy.
Another pussycat, and that's sort of frightening. It's, the lips on this thing are frightening, man. It's
I don't want that cat near me. Either one.
Just imagine. Go to the next one because it's sort of like the same. This is pretty scary, and if I would have, being a man, that's like, do I want to even go there? It's just
the alley cat.
Yeah, it's just another cat, and go to the next one here. This was interesting because this is a fish. All right.
That's not something you want to associate with.
We don't
your
want
vagina.
to. We don't want to be reminded about a vagina and a fish. There's a connection there, but we don't want to be reminded. Besides, we don't want to see ourselves going into a fish. All right, because now, so good luck to that woman having a relationship with a guy. Wow. Now these are interesting. This is artwork. I thought this is great.
Amazing as far as its technical.
It's definitely
skill.
great. It's definitely any. You all know this. A lot of women and a lot of guys now, we like to shave down. So this person is not going to be a shaved down person. So they have to stay shaved down. Otherwise, it's going to be a weird tattoo. It's going to be really, really weird. But seriously. It's definitely great artwork.
It's great artwork, why there?
It's done really, really well. That's either a picture of her dad or her grandfather, maybe, scaring people away. I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's definitely a good one.
Cheech and Chong looking thing. I don't know, right?
Yeah, Cheech and Chong looking, right? All right, let's go to the next one. All right, this girl is definitely... That's a nest with baby birds and the mother bird feeding it.
Again,
another great art one.
That with a nest.
There's little birds chirping out of her, hairs out of there. It looks great. It's a little nest. It's pretty weird. I just can't get it. I don't get it. And is that it? I think that's all we had on them, right? I think that was my last one. Yeah, but so crotch tattoos really are, very, very personal. Number one. I couldn't even find the picture to say, let me get back in the scene here. I couldn't even find the picture to say, you know what? That's a good tattoo down there. I couldn't even, I could see doing something maybe on the sides if you had something going down your leg, but to integrate something into that portion of your body.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I've gotten asked a couple of times to do it. Actually, recently, some guy just emailed us asking if we would tattoo like right on the shaft of his penis, and he said his wife gave him permission, and he doesn't want to go to a guy. My opinion on that is, if you really want it, you'll go to whoever will do it.
Yeah.
I have some insanely high minimum for any guy that wants to do it, because if I have to do
First of all, that's got to be hard.
Paid.
It's got to be hard
Yeah,
to do.
Yeah.
Now, does the guy have to be hard to do it? And how does that work? How do you stretch that out?
No, I just rather not even venture into that.
Yeah. So if you ever think of getting a tattoo in your crotch, really think it over, man. I can only give you some advice and show you. I'm trying to do this every week because I find some really funny stuff out there. So, and I was thinking about, do I do this crotch segment this week or next week? And I said, you know what? I'd rather do it with a female here because she'll understand. If I did it next week when I had Carlo and my other guest, we would have talked about crotches for 3 hours. So I thought this was a good day to do this one. So I'm sorry if anyone got offended out there, but I thought this was an interesting one to do. So, but anyway, I want to get to my model spotlight tonight. So tonight I have model spotlight is Ms Angi. She's from California. Ms Angi's from California. She's a beautiful woman. She has 7,000 likes on her Facebook, so she's popular out there. So I want to go to Ms Angi. She was great to talk to get all this stuff together. I have a lot of models that are coming to me nowadays from all over the world. So Model Spotlight is becoming very big and is being watched all over the place. People love it. So let's go to Ms Angi, my Model Spotlight.
Hey guys, this is Angie, coming to you from rockinkinkmc.com. If you're not familiar with me and my work, I am an internationally published tattoo model. I'm also affiliated with H2 Ocean Models. I have recently been on the covers of Tattoo Art magazine, a Mexican tattoo magazine, and also Culture Asylum magazine. I also work with a lot of companies and brands such as Too Fast Alternative Apparel, Eco One, Bar Metal. I recently did Stone Cooking Barbie, and many, many others. I'm also interviewer for Tattoo Magazine. You can see a lot of my band interviews at youtube.com/tattoo magazine. I've interviewed many bands such as Korn, Gemini Syndrome, Trivium, and many, many others. So make sure to check it out and subscribe. You can also check me out online at facebook.com/model Ms Angi. I upload all of my tear sheets, covers, photos, everything I do is right there. I'm also on Instagram at Ms Angi. Thank you for watching, and thank you guys so much for the support.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels is hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
We're back with Maggie, Milk and Honey Tattoo Studio, Staten Island. Maggie, give your social media, everybody, so we know where to get you.
Of course. My shop is milkandhoneytattoo.com, facebook.com/milkandhoneytattoo. I also have my personal Facebook, which is facebook.com/Magie Serpica, and that's Maggie with 1G, as well as my personal website, which actually just got updated thanks to my loving boyfriend, Noel. That's MaggieSerpica.com.
Great. And I'm glad you got to come, and I'm glad we got to speak with you.
I'm so glad I got to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
That's great. And I'm going to go to my bougie. But first, totally about Tommy. Tommy's been busy putting his CD together. Tommy, I spoke to him last week, and I'm going to be putting together, I'm going to work something out on the show. We're going to give out 25 of Tommy's new CDs. He'll be here at the end of August at Jones Beach here in New York, but they're out on tour, Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, so everyone that's got to see the shows, you know how great the show's been. Motley Crue has a great show, Alice Cooper has a great show. Anyone out there that's never seen Alice Cooper, don't think Alice Cooper is like a guy from the 70s, 80s. The guy's show is incredible. It's like going to Broadway. It's very visual. Motley Crue has a great show also, so it's a good show to go to. If you like rock and roll from back in the day to today, you know, it's a great show. I'm telling you, don't miss it, because, you know, Motley Crue, this is it for them. And Alice, the guy's been touring forever and ever. He has a great young band, so get to see them. So, but right now, I have nothing from Tommy, but Tommy, we're working on stuff. We're going to get his video on soon. It's almost done. But I got Bougie that's sending me stuff, Bougie and the girls. And with the Bougie video here, I have some great footage here. We're going to hear from the White Castle people, and we're going to see why they were in Alice Cooper's dress room. And also, Pat, who works for Alice Cooper. We're going to see what Pat gets to do every show to Alice Cooper. So let's go to Bougie and the girls.
Day off here in Columbus, and we are at Starbucks.
Hi, I'm Pat. I do the props for Alice Cooper and all those kind of things. And you're watching Rockin' MC.
That's right, yeah.
And this is how you do coffee the right way. You get a jar of sugar, and you count to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's about good. And we'll see. We'll just give it a taste test because this might not be enough. It needs a little more. Like about 5 count. Okay, so that might do it.
All right. All right, and who do we find
Thank
over
you.
here except Tommy? And Tommy's talking to Mr. Finn, but Tommy's getting the silent. Alice's dressing room. He was just inducted into the White Castle Cravers Hall of Fame. Let's meet these guys.
Hi, I'm Todd Hutchins, and I'm on Rockin' Inc. MC.
I'm Steve Zvonik with White Castle, and you're watching Rockin' Inc. MC.
What are you guys doing here?
Well, we're getting ready to build a throne of slider boxes. These are the boxes we use to put the sliders in at the restaurant. So we're going to build a throne for Alice to come in and sit in and chow down on some White Castle sliders.
Nice.
Which is one of his favorites. That's why he was inducted into the Cravers Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you. All right, we'll see you later.
All right, thank you.
Stupid me, I keep forgetting to mention that you're watching Rockin' Inc. MC. Hey Jay, I'll see you soon.
I said no camera. Back. Wow, I would never think Alice Cooper, a big White Castle guy, but big. That's great. I never thought they did things like that. But anyway, we're back. I have Kaz from Revel 9.
Yeah, baby.
So what are you guys? I know about you guys. You're out there. I've seen you guys play, and I love the band.
Yeah.
So what do you guys got going on right now?
We just try to keep busy. I mean, practicing, recording, and playing shows. As far as right now, we got July 25th at Revolution. That's going to be a really good show. It's Craven Strange, Kill Code, Pedestrian Knockdown. I think it's pretty much almost sold out, so go get tickets as soon as you can.
All great bands.
There's like probably 5 tickets left at the moment. Yeah. After that, we're moving to the 12th. We're going to be at KJ Farrell's, which is cool because it's at the train station, so you can get there easily. It's a little bit laid back. It's going to be more like an acoustic show.
Okay.
We have Craven off the Turnpike is going to be there, and it's a great place to network. And just hang out. And like I said, it's laid back, so
yeah.
It's a little bit different than the show. Cool, you could get to talk to each other while enjoying the show. After that, we're going to be August 16th. We're going to be at the Hub in Allen Park. That's going to be a New Regal radio station Summer Sonic Concert Tour, which they've been doing all summer. Great shows, great people. So far, it's been working great with them. So looking forward to that. After that, there's so many shows. It's just like.
Well, give your social media information so people could get a grip
Yeah,
on
you know what? If
some
you
of your
just
music
go to
and all that.
revel9.com, revel.com, you'll find everything.
So it's
you need to know.
REVEL9?
Yeah, with the 9.
.com.
Yeah,
Number
right.
9.com. Because it's
Yeah.
crazy. And you can catch them on Facebook, Revel9. And, also on my website, Rockin' Inc. MC, we get it from there. And anything else? CDs?
Yeah, we've been, the album, the EP that's ready to come out is done. But right now what we did is we released the first single, which is The Good Fight. And you could actually download it for free. And just if there's anybody out there that would like that style of music, just let them know about it and just keep downloading. It's free. We're really proud of it, and in the first month, I think we're getting close to 3,000 plays and like a bunch of downloads.
Okay.
So we're really, psyched.
You guys
for it.
on Reverb Nation also?
ReverbNation.com
I get you on Reverb Nation.
/Rebel 9.
So that's great. So I'll definitely get to see your show because I'm friends with Craven and the Kill Code guys and all those guys. I'll be there. But also, I have a show coming up August 1st at the in the Emporium here in Patchogue with my band Love, the Cult tribute band, and that's the flyer. And lovethecult.com, that's my website for my band. And also, I want to get to my Reverb Nation segment here, my music segment. Tonight, I have a Reverb Nation music spotlight. Tonight, I have 7-Story Fall, and I have Hunter Kennedy. He's a singer-songwriter of the band. He's got like 7 CDs out. I've been going through hundreds of videos through Reverb Nation that people have been sending me. I went through this program with them for 2 months, and I'm trying to get like different stuff, bands all over the world, and these guys just caught my eye. It's a little bit different. I like them a lot. So I'm going to get to them in 1 second. I just remind everybody, next week I have artist Brian Murphy, Coney Island Carlo, and I want everybody to be safe, have a good weekend. Remember Rockin' Inc. MC, and now I have our Reverb Nation 7-Story Fall with Sing to Me. Reverb Nation. See you guys next week.
Welcome to Rockin' Inc. MC. I'm Hunter from 7-Story Fall, and I would like to thank Reverb Nation for the opportunity to be featured on Rockin' Inc. MC's video spotlight. This is my song, Sing to Me.
I saw you on the winter trail. Oh, it's so damn cold. I cannot repeat it. I know it gets old to see your smile down a darkened road. Our heads in the clouds as we scream it out loud. Take your part. Sing it back to me, oh, sing it back to me. Take your part and sing it loud. Sing it back to me, oh, sing it back to me. Take your part and sing it loud. Sing it back to me, oh, sing it back to me. Take your part. Sing it back to me.
Round and round, it's all she knows. Play the part of being used. The more she has, the more I show. I wanna be abused by you. Her body's like an undertow. You're drowning everything in me. The way she moves, the way she knows everything I need.